Hello, my spooky friends. It is Stacy, and welcome to Special Effects Makeup on a Budget. And today I'm going to use some eyebrow stencils to see if they work for those wonderful, big, beautiful cosplay looks where we have to block out the eyebrows, which I know this looks very weird, but I'm going to try these Shop Miss A eyebrow templates. There are 6 reversible and reusable. We have a classic, a straight, an S shape, curved, upward, and nobility. And I think I'm going to try because I don't have to match it. It says to match it with the arch of the brow if you're looking to put this over your natural eyebrows. But I'm going to pair it up with the LA Girl brow stamp kit. I found this at the dollar store and I wanted to try it. I wanted to try this combo to see if it would save time and money, because I don't know about you, but when I'm doing like a cosplay look or glam and gore and I had to have that Disney villain eye arch or just completely change the arch and look to get the achieved look of the look I'm going for. Did I say look 3 times? Okay. But since my eyebrows are blocked out, I'm going to pick the ones I think that will be used the most for a special effect or a cosplay makeup. I'm going in with the highest arches, being straight and curved. And I'll hand you over to voiceover Stacy and we will get started. So these come on one sheet and they are made of plastic. They are also labeled, so I like that part about them. And it comes to where you have to peel out the centerpiece, and I'm making sure that I don't pull it apart. It seemed to be pretty sturdy with that one little hitch at the top that kept it together, so I was happy that it did not break when I tried to remove that centerpiece. Now I'm just trying to get a good feel about how this would work with the pomade if I wanted to change the height and the placement of the eyebrow. And normally I would not hold the stencil this way, but I wanted you to see what I was doing. And with the pomade, I'm going in and I'm tapping that into this stencil. Now I'm tapping pretty hard because there was not a whole lot of color when you open the package onto the sponge. So I want to see what it looked like right out of the package. I thought the sponge was very smooth and it felt good going across the template, and also the light wash of color was good. I thought it was a very good brown. So now going in with the other one, I'm checking to see what it would be like now that I've blocked out my eyebrows, how smooth it would look over all that product of blocking the eyebrow out. And again, these were easy to remove. You just see me being very careful as I don't want to break it, but they are very sturdy, so I got over that quickly. And you can peel that off very easy. But I wanted to go in with the pomade to see what it would be without having to dip back in for color. And so I noticed that not a whole lot of payout on the second pass over the other eyebrow. So another thing that I discovered was that if I dipped my sponge back into the pomade just with a small tap into it, because I really thought this product was all in the component that I was holding and not in the actual cap. As you see, I've never used a pomade that wasn't in a container where you undid the cap and then you used your own brush. So this was a little bit of a trial and error, but once I dipped it back in, you can see that it was a very opaque and it's still a very good brown, and it helped to go in and take the tap and press that back in to see if I can get the same opacity for the other side, and to reuse the stencil to see if it would lay in place even if you were to place it a little bit differently. I wanted to see how easy these were to use if I had to go back in and reuse the stencil again. So placing it over the eye the best that I could, and went back in to make sure everything was the same color, and to see again what it would look like being placed above the brow with no product and then over all that blocking eyebrow out. And I did like the fact that it looked the same on each side, so I was happy with that. Little Disney villain eyebrow raise because I just could not help myself. But I did want to go in and see how well this would clean up with some concealer, because I went through with the second pass and I didn't lay the stencil properly down. But I did like the fact that it was easy to clean up. I did not have to worry about the product being smeared once I put the concealer onto the line that I was cleaning up. That the concealer hit it well, and I did not get anything falling out. And I was able to take a angled brush and go back into the cap, as you see here. When I press in, that cap it bounces, so I wasn't aware that that was also a thing when I used the pomade sponge that came and the sponge that came with it. So having put the product, the pomade color and the product onto the angled brush, there was not a difference in the way that the color looked when I had to fill in some of the areas and tight line a lot of things. So I was happy to see that I could take a brush and use this as well as the sponge that was offered, and there not really be a significant difference in the color or the actual brush stroke. So I was happy for that part about it. The weirdest thing about this pomade and the fact that it's LA colors, you can find LA colors in a lot of places. I did not find this at the Dollar Tree, although LA colors do offer a lot of products. I found this at the Dollar General for $5, and on their website it run for about $6.50. So based upon where you shop for it is going to be your price point. But I am definitely happy with the stencils and with the pomade. I'm looking forward to doing different eyebrow arches without having to worry about having a free hand and one looking significantly different than the other. I think this is going to work out very well with cream, grease, and water paints. The brow stamping kit did come with its own stencils, so there is also an option for that, but they are only one style. They are also a little bit longer than the Shop Miss A one. I think the LA Girl pomade is very good. You can use, you've seen that first round that went through and it was very light, but then I wanted it to show up on camera. So what I was not expecting, and I didn't read the directions, and that's what happens. But the color is inside, but in order to get the color onto the sponge, you had to press and turn. This is very easy, quick, and you can get a light wash of color, or you can deepen it up. I did this so it showed up on camera a bit more, and I was able to put a brush in and go in and clean up edges a little bit. And yeah, I think it's a good one that you can get at the dollar store. I also think that you get more of a variety in arch shape with the eyebrow stencils from Shop Miss A. I will link everything down below. So I'm going to film another look, and I will be using these. I want to see what it does and how good it looks when I use paint. So I like the fact that you can clean them up, and then you have one side, you just switch it over to the other. You have to hold it and go with the pomade over the stencil to get the true outline, and that's the only other thing that they recommended in the directions on the back of it, but how to use the pomade. But I hope you enjoyed it. This is so weird, I know. I can't help it. I see that arch and all I want to do is go, well, yes. What's the next look I want to do? But alright, that's enough of me being silly. Hey guys, let me know what you think about the hairstyle. I just needed to switch it up a little bit and get the gray out, add some red and some blonde, and just have a little bit more fun with it. But let me know in the comments below if you intend to pick these up. What are you going to use them for? Do you have a hard time blocking out your eyebrows? If so, I have another tutorial for that. So I will link everything, the products, where I got it, and the eyebrow blocking tutorial. And thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. $1 million.